Winning is everything to me. I like to win when I'm on the court, when I'm playing against other players, and when I'm coaching. I like to win. I like to beat the other team. I take it really seriously. Even in the business field, competing is definitely one of the things that I think to me, I feel like it's either you have it or you don't. I love to compete in everything I do again. When you start competing against other players that better than you or stronger than you, it brings something just different out of you every time. In the same way, again, in the business field, I love to compete against other companies that I feel like they're getting better, or they're getting the kids better. Because I want to compete, I want to get the kids better as well. One of the things that's really tough, and it's hard. Everybody wants it. Everybody wants to go to the next level or whatnot. But the hardest part is to do it every day. The one that keeps doing it every day, all over. The one I believe to me successful is. So I really learned that at an early age, and even in prep school and in college. I mean, you pretty much waking up every single day, nonstop. You always got something to do. In Benin was tough. I was super skinny, really skinny. Basketball wasn't really like, most people know basketball wasn't really the favorite sport, the main sport. It was more of a soccer. I was a soccer player, I was a striker. After I watched a couple games on NBA, I started falling in love with the game. And I started playing. I was a little too late. I think I was about 12 or 13 to start playing ball. I had to make a name for myself in Benin was a little tough because everybody was kind of advanced, was way better than me. So I had to work extremely hard to get to the level where the Benin ball was. My family was a little different compared to most family in Africa. We wasn't poor. We weren't the richest. We were right in the middle. My father has his up and downs. It was a big struggle. You have to walk to school. It's a long walk to go to school. You have to wake up at around 7 and come back at home around 7 again p.m. So school was definitely tough for me. Making friends was tough because I was skinny. I wasn't really the skill type of player. Not the most fashionable guy when I was younger. So not a lot of people was interested in me and being friends or hang out. Having a sister and 2 brothers and being the last one, everything I felt like everything I did was wrong. I always kind of messed it up when I was younger. When I was growing up, some people say that I was a little bit of a loose cannon. Everybody knew me in the city because I was always running around left and right, never stay home, going with friends and whatnot, playing games. But one thing is, my family in Africa always stayed together. Even to this day, that's one thing that I really learned growing up. Like, even in the hard times, the good times, we always stayed together. That's what I'm trying to translate to my family, my own family now, with my kids and my wife. My wife is definitely my biggest critic. She pushed me really hard, and obviously, she always has my back. So we always kind of stay together. My role models was definitely my parents, my mom and dad, and in terms of basketball, it was definitely Kevin Garnett. I think I used to watch him almost every night. Just trying to be like him. The intensity he has was just unmatched. Some people were saying that I wasn't really going far with basketball, and tell the truth, African culture, and my mom and dad, everything is about school. School is the most important thing. So I was tall, so I had that potential. Especially in the state where you're tall, you have some. They feel like you have some type of potential, so they can work with you. But the main thing is, how bad do you want it? You still have to put the work in, which is, definitely the hardest part. I really had to have the mindset of, I left for a reason. So I need to prove, again, to the naysayers or the people that we used to talk, that I can make it somehow and somewhere. Some days, I used to cry because it was so hard for me to just get adjusted to the lifestyle, to the speed of the game. But it was a work in progress. I had a lot of good coaches in my life in the States that helped me out go through my whole journey. And of course, when I arrived to the States, I was way behind against everybody. So I had to work even twice harder to catch up to the same level of my age group. So the State was definitely my main goal. I was definitely lucky enough. My dad knew one of his friends that lived in the States and kind of put me in contact with him. And he actually came down. Moving to the State was definitely one of the biggest experience I ever had in my life. I came in the summertime, in the AAU summertime, so I lived in Baltimore in an area where it was scary, very, very, very scary, especially at the age of 15, 16. I seen things that a young kid shouldn't see. So it was tough. It made me kind of see the word differently. And again, I didn't speak the language, so almost every night was a struggle. I had to learn myself because it wasn't the summer. There was no school, so I used to go on Google every time. The lifestyle was different. The game was fast. My first game was against DeMarcus Cousins. I wasn't fast enough. I was skinny. He just destroyed me. It wasn't really good. And again, that kind of, instead of bringing my confidence down, it made me realize, okay, you need to work even harder, because in the States, again, they don't play you if you're not producing. There's no fair play. There's none of that. At the end of the day, you still have to do your job. Which means for me in that time, my case was to get better. That's the only way I can see it, because I saw all the plays against DeMarcus Cousins. He was good. He was really good. All the players was really good. So they was getting noticed. They was getting further. They was getting something in return. So I felt like, if I worked twice as hard as them, I would have the option to get something as well. So I went to a school called Notre Dame Prep, which Michael Beasley went to the school. A couple NBA guys, Sean Kirkpatrick, Jim Sutherland, and you name it. That was my first stop. It's definitely it was one of the top schools. I didn't get much playing time again. By myself, crying every night because I was homesick. Those first tattoo that I have, everybody that knows me, my mom and my dad, those were the first tattoo that I had, because I kind of wanted to go home. I called my dad and he told me, "Hey, this is what you want to do. You told me so. You just gotta go harder." And somehow I worked extremely hard to get noticed, and finally I did get noticed. And I went to a school called Wilbraham and Munson Academy, which was the best school I ever been to. It literally changed my life. That year was my best year. I was in sync with my offense. My defense was pretty much on point at that level, high school level. We played against, obviously big-time prep schools, other prep schools, and I had such a great year that I was blessed to be nominated McDonald All-American. McDonald All-American nominee was definitely my defense. My intensity. Again, I watched KG so many times with my coach, even Mike Mannix. He made me watch him almost every day. The intensity he has, the passion for the game. Just stick with the guy. Reading the offense. Watching the floor. Those little things. Instead of just scoring 30 points or whatever, those little things got me and my game further than I thought. So I had a lot of offers, New Mexico State, Marist, San Diego State, UCLA, Loyola, Davidson, which everybody knows Steph Curry went to, really smart school, and obviously I decided to go with Wagner. And then a lot of people always ask me, well, why you decide to go to Wagner when you got all these big schools looking for you? I think my decision was pretty simple. I wanted to play right away. I wanted to be the best. I want to be known. So I figure, if I'm going to the mid-major instead of going to a high-major school, for me, I would get more playing time, and I would affect my game will evolve quickly. The most important thing for me was my coaches, the Hurleys. I mean, it speaks for itself that they're known in Jersey, or in the whole states. The dad's a Hall of Fame, did great things at the school, and of course, he coached Tristan Thompson, Gerard Smith. He got those guys to the next level. So that was a no-brainer for me to play against those guys, because I know they was going to push me even harder, which they did. I had a decent freshman year. I was rookie of the week, but I didn't really do as good as I thought I knew I could because of the classroom and the grades. I did struggle at one semester, I remember, in psychology. It was a learning curve for me. I knew I could do better than that. I took it really seriously my sophomore year. Again, Wagner was definitely, to me, the best school because it was so small of a classroom. Everybody kind of knew each other. The teachers knew you, so they can help you better. So then I started, obviously, utilize those tools and those people in terms of, study hall, or always want to seek for help. Everybody, I think, every player needs to know their roles. Everybody want to score 30 or whatnot, but you still need to know your roles, what you do. So the last 2 years, my game got better. Offense definitely has gotten better. I was scoring a little bit more, but I still, stick to my values, which was, I was this defensive guy and blocking shot and helping my teammates when they need me. So that was basically my role in the team. My goal was definitely to try out for the NBA. As soon as I got my agent, my NBA agent, we start going through the process. The process was amazing. I wouldn't change it for a thing. And then, my agent got me a workout with a couple of NBA teams, the Knicks, the Lakers, the Spurs, which was definitely a wild moment. See, I was still blessed to get a contract with the NBA D-League, which, I kind of, me and my dad kind of looked over, and, I decided to go instead in Canada and to go for something different. But I've met great coaches and better people that helped me to get where I am today. Made great connection with all types of people. It was amazing. Those type of connections, those type of experience that I wouldn't trade for a thing. You can't replace them.